I believe everyone has a story worth telling, and that is why the show is all about shining light on the journeys of celebrities, entrepreneurs, influential individuals, and even uncovering hidden talent. Each story is meant to inspire, motivate, and teach us something valuable. I am your host, Khadijatu Koroma. You are welcome to the Khadijatu Koroma Show. Today, I am honored to welcome you, a profound journalist. He has been in the space of journalism for decades, and also is also the editor for our newspaper, and is now the newly elected SLAJ president. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Alhaji Manika Kamara. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Khadija.
Yeah. You're welcome, sir. Can you tell us a bit about your background, where you grew up, your education, and what influenced your path in journalism?
Thank you very much, Khadija. Alhaji Manika Kamara was born and bred in Freetown. I was raised by a single parent, my late, who is also late now, my mom.
Right.
I lost my dad at the age of 7, so my mom looked after me, myself and my siblings. We are 12 in numbers. And I started my education at St. Edward's Primary School and then proceeded to St. Edward's Secondary School, where I wrote my WASC exam in 2001-2002 academic year. And then due to lack of funding, I was unable to enter the university that academic year, so I went in search of job at Shankadas for something like 3 or 4 years, and then in 2005 I enrolled at Frabe College University of Sierra Leone Mass Communications Department, to be precise.
Okay.
But my academic story was very, very challenging because, as I said earlier, my mom, a single parent, find it very, very difficult to raise 12 children. So I had to sacrifice everything to further my education.
Right.
I started footing my educational bill at GSS 2 till date because my mom cannot afford to pay my fee. So I started doing petty trading whilst at GSS 2, selling, started with medicine and then handkerchief. It was very, very tough. And then in 2005, when I applied at Frabe College, I applied for mass communications and also linguistics.
Wow.
And they shortlisted me, both departments shortlisted me, and then I went for advice with the support of my aunt, who was acting as my mom. Okay. She took me to to the guy who was heading the adult education department, late Mr. Stresaking. Yes, I can recall that name. And the man asked me, "Do you have any intention of becoming a lawyer?" I said yes, but I'm not financially strong. And he said, "Okay, what about becoming a teacher?" I said, "Teaching, no, I'm not sure." He said, "Well, then go for the mass communications." That was how my journalism career started in 2005, when I accepted the offer for the mass communications department.
Okay.
And in 2008, I lost my mom whilst in Honors 1, a week to my first semester exams. It was very, very difficult for me, just a week to my first semester exams. And then in 2009, after graduation, I applied for a job at the Awoko newspaper, and I was interviewed by the late Samuel John, the editor by then. The following day, I had the opportunity to meet in person the managing proprietor, Mr. Kelvin Lewis. And express my appreciation for the opportunity given to me to firstly meet him in person and then also to work with him because I've been listening to him through the very radio program. So he gave me the platform to showcase my ability as a cub reporter, the reporting courts, and then proceeded to parliamentary reporting, and then community reporting, and then I came in touch with a friend, Joseph Ayamga, the current country director of Sierra Leone, who also took me to Kailan. I started reporting on women and girls in Kailan because by then they were operating a program, the Kailan Women Governance Network.
Right.
So I started promoting the female candidates. That's how I break through. And then in 2014, during the Ebola period, I traveled again to Kailan, did so many articles, and then I won my very first media award in 2014-2015 media award organized by SLAJ
Right.
for the best Ebola stories and the best survival stories. So I won my very first award in the media.
Okay.
So that's my journey for shorts in the media, and I hold a Bachelor of Arts with honors in mass communication and also a postgraduate certificate in media in Chinese media studies,
Okay.
and currently awaiting my master's in gender development studies from the Institute of Gender Research and Documentation, Fabi College.
Okay. First of all, I want to say sorry that you lost your mom in a
Ah,
peak that you were not expecting that to happen. And
yeah.
I must believe that your mom, wherever she is, she must be proud of you and what so far you have achieved.
Oh yeah, I
And
believe that's
you
true.
mentioned about significant people that helped shape your life. Were there any mentors or role model in your life who played a major role in shaping your career?
Oh yes, my very first mentor was Dr. Isaac Masakol, who helped shape my thoughts at the university.
Right.
You know, initially I thought he was a very, very wicked man. That was my thought at the initial. He was very, very strict, not
Really?
knowing that he was preparing me for the future.
Right.
But after graduation, I had an opportunity to work with him at the Ministry of Mines, and then I realized that he's a very easygoing person. And then in 2007, whilst I was studying at Fabi College, the former president of SLAJ, Fofana, delivered a public lecture. Again, that changed my perception all over again for me to focus on mainstream journalism because my intention was to graduate with a mass communications degree and then go into the corporate world.
Right.
In fact, I even did my internship at NASIT. But after that public lecture, I changed everything. No, I should go for the mainstream media.
Okay.
And then when I graduated, I had the opportunity to work with Kelvin Lewis, who did the final work together with Ahmed Said Nazirallah,
Okay.
the outgone SLAJ president. Those people and few others inspired me to practice journalism.
Right. That's good. Yeah. You ever had a quite amazing journey in journalism? So, did you always dream of becoming a journalist, or was it something that you discover along the way?
Initially, whilst growing up as a very young boy, I like advocating for justice. So my first point of call was to become a lawyer.
Good.
And then along the way, I started developing the passion of writing, advocating on behalf of people, and then that is how my journalism career started.
Okay.
And then when I applied again at the university based on the advice I got from the late man, I enrolled for the mass communications. And then in 2008, I had the opportunity to travel to Liberia for an internship for 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I said, oh, I think I should give this thing a try. So journalism is also my calling, together
Yeah.
with being a lawyer. But I'm not sure whether I'll go for
But
it.
unfortunately, you actually didn't see that. But some of these mentors that who are now your mentors actually see that, say, yeah, you have, this is your direction, despite you have your own, you have your own destiny path. Like you wanted to become a lawyer, but that wasn't for you. But having good people around you to actually pick something in you that you could be better in this field, that was a quite a great thing to have good people around. So what values or principles have guided you throughout your career?
Honesty, discipline, transparency, professionalism, and above all, God fearing. Whatever you are doing, always be God fearing. You will continue to grow. As a young man coming up, I always believe in being transparent. So, anybody, whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
I believe in transparency. In fact, that is one of my strongest pillars during my campaign trail.
Yeah.
I've always been transparent to everybody. So transparency is the bedrock of everything, and accountability. I'm honest, transparent, professional, and
Yeah.
God-fearing person.
Okay. Do you actually feel bad that your initial dream was to become a lawyer? Do you feel bad about switching up that career to journalism?
No. I never regretted that decision
Yeah.
because, like I said initially, while coming up, I was also advocating for people. So it was in between a lawyer
Yeah.
or a journalist. But I used to have an uncle who is now late.
Yeah.
He always say, Monica, can you please think about being an economist? Because I said no, I don't think that career path is for me. I'm thinking about becoming a lawyer or maybe a journalist. And then when I had the opportunity to go in for the journalism course,
Yeah.
I made good use of the opportunity. Here I am today.
Indeed. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the most defining moments of your career?
I would say the very first one was in 20 after the it's towards the 2012 elections when the late Dr. Boubacar Jabi was contesting for the SLPP flag bearership. I think there was an issue and he took the SLPP to court.
Okay.
And by then I was a court reporter, very young court reporter. I listened to the submission at the Supreme Court.
Okay.
It's for about 30 minutes. I did not understand exactly what was being said. I said, what exactly will I be reporting at the end of the day? But then I paid keen attention to their submissions, and then I said, okay, I now have a lead. And I did a story after the ruling. The headline I can recall, SLP, is it SLP, Boubacar Jabi 2, SLPP nil, or SLPP 2, Boubacar Jabi nil? I can't recall again whose favors the judgment went at that time, but we used the caption, and the photo we used was that of a footballer and a goalkeeper taking a penalty shot. So that story catch the eyes of so many Sierra Leoneans to the point that the vendors requested the managing editor to reproduce the newspaper, which we did, I think, twice or thrice. So that's particularly a story changed my whole journalism career. Yeah. People started looking up to my court stories, even at the university level. Lecturers were using my court articles to lecture the students, referencing my articles throughout. So it changed my entire journalism career.
That was a breaking point for you.
Yes.
What challenges did you face rising to the ranks in journalism, especially in Sierra Leone?
As a very shy person, very modest, one of the challenges I was faced with at that time was access to timely information. There are some stories you want to do, you need additional information. You go to a ministry or department or agency to access such information. They will keep turning you down again and again and again. It's very challenging, but being a passionate journalist and being someone who believed in results, I was persistent in going for those stories. It was very challenging, and also resources. There are some stories you want to go for, you have to spend money, particularly on transportation. You have to go particularly in those hard-to-reach communities. You need financial resources. So it's very difficult. But fortunately for me, my managing editor, Kelvin Lewis, was always there to fund the project. That whenever you write a project, I want to undertake these investigative stories, you look at the story ideas, shape it well, and then they will give you the resources. But it was very challenging at that particular stage.
It always...
Till date, we are finding it very difficult to access some information as journalists.
Okay. Before being elected president of SLAJ, what roles did you play within the association or media sectors that prepared you for this position?
My very first leadership role in the media I can recall was the financial secretary of the Sierra Leone Reporters Union. It was between 2015 and 2016. I served for about a year, and then I had the opportunity to represent Sierra Leone at the international level as the very first Sierra Leonean to attend the China Africa Press Center fellowship. So I resigned officially before traveling for that opportunity. And then I returned in 2017. And upon my return, I was promoted to the news editor of our newspaper. In 2019, I thought it fit to give it a try to contest for the position of Assistant Secretary General of SLAJ. I went unopposed. I served for 2 years, and then the substantive secretary, Mohamed Asmiba, traveled to the US for a fellowship program, and then the membership of SLAJ endorsed me to serve as the acting secretary. And in 2022, I contested for the position of Secretary General. I won overwhelmingly, and I served diligently as the secretary of SLAJ. So in a nutshell, I served SLAJ for 6 years consecutively as assistant secretary, acting secretary, and secretary general before contesting for the presidency.
That was good. That is good. So what personal achievements are you mostly proud of?
I must say being the president of SLAJ is the most achievement that I'm proud of, because that's, for me, it's the highest position one can hold in the media fraternity, the president of the association. Because I'm being a very, very young man, very young. And if you think about experience-wise, we have people that have far more experience than Manika. And they are far educated than me. But based on my performance, my service, my dedication, the membership thought it fit that they should give me a try. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, it's such being the president of SLAJ. It's quite it's a big. It's not something small. It's
it's huge.
It's huge. You know, that is something that anyone could be proud of. Yes, I am in charge. Yeah, you know, because congratulations again for being as the new president of SLAJ.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, what inspired you to run for the presidency of SLAJ?
Having served diligently for 6 years.
Okay.
And having studied the outgone president, because throughout his 6 years tenure, I was very, very close to him. So at some point, people even referred to me as the driver of the president, the apprentice, the errand boy, but not knowing that I was understudying the presidency.
Good.
So having been elected as the secretary in 2022, 1 year later, a very young journalist in Bowtown met me and started a conversation about me contesting for the presidency. Initially, I said no, I will give it a try. I need to think about it. And when I returned to Freetown, I engaged my wife and kids about it, and we discussed about it that I want to go for the presidency after Ahmed Said Nasrallah.
Okay.
The very first person to respond was my daughter, saying that, Dad, so you are going away again from us for another 3 years. I said, no, I'll be around you, only that I'll be serving. And then she asked again the most tricky question, very difficult question. How much will you be paid as salary? It was very difficult for me.
For you to answer.
And then, and then I said, to be sincere with you, Mani baby,
Yeah.
it's a voluntary job. And her response was, fine for you. And then her mom came in and then said, have we discussed this with the monk and Mr. Luis? I said no. And she said, go and discuss with them, and then we continue from there.
Yeah.
And then I engaged the monk first. I said, I want to give this a try. He said, well and good. It's up to you. If you know you are prepared, you are ready to go for the presidency, who am I to say no? You've served me diligently and I know exactly what you are capable of doing.
Yeah.
I will support you. And then after some time, I think it was 6 or 7 months to the elections that I officially informed my employer, Mr. Kevin Lewis, because I don't want him to hear it from outside. So I engaged him that I'm interested in running. By the way, he was also a former president of SLAJ. So I engaged him that I want to run for the office of the presidency. And his first question, you sure say you go able? And I said, I will try. You sure? He said, yes, I will try. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
So, okay, you have served SLAJ for almost 6 years now. But make sure you consult the membership before you declare. He said, I will do it. And he said, you have my support. There is no way I can campaign against you. Yeah. I've known you for close to 15, 16 years now as a very dedicated staff. And you've also served SLAJ diligently. So you have my support. And then I went back to my wife and my children and I informed them that they've given me the green light to contest. And then they said, we are fine. You can go. So that is how I developed the ambition of running for the office of the presidency of SLAJ, because I know I have what it takes to lead SLAJ at this particular time, because SLAJ needs someone with the energy, the time, and someone with institutional memory. We don't need someone who will start all over again. We need someone who knows about SLAJ, that will just continue where the outgone president leaves off.
Yeah, you talk about your relationship with the outgone president. So, and I'll close you guys with, can you tell us what have you learned from him? How much you've learned from him could help you in your tenure?
You know, one thing that I learned from Ahmed Said Nasrallah, the monk, is to act slowly. Don't take decision in haste. Always consult, engage. At the end of the day, you get what you want. You know, we SLAJ, we were able to convince the government to repeal Part 5 of the 1965 Public Order Act that criminalizes free speech. We were able to convince them to repeal that particular law because we engaged them. We explained to them the benefits that the country will gain if we repeal that particular law. So one thing I learned from Ahmed Said Nasrallah is to engage, and secondly, to act slowly. Don't act in haste. When something happens, rest, think, consult, and then you decide what to do next. Don't act alone. Always consult the executive and your elders. We have the elders council, we have the legal team, we have so many committees. So I learned that from him, that we also consult, not even the younger journalists, consult them before you take any decision, because whatever decision you take will be on behalf of SLAJ, not on behalf of Alhaji Manika Kamara.
Good. as someone who talks about your family as a family man, and you said a lot about before making the decision of getting into, the presidential race, you're like, can I talk to my wife? Can I talk to my family about this? So, and what I should come back, what was the reaction of your wife? And how did she actually like finally accept? Because sometimes as a woman, we always want to be with our husband. We don't want them to, because as much as you're a busy man, and even though she understands that, but it's also difficult for her to like, am I ready for this again?
She's been in that situation for 6 years.
Yeah, wow.
While I was serving as assistant secretary, acting secretary, and secretary general.
Yeah.
Always I'm away from the family, but I always keep in touch, calling, video calls, and they knew exactly what I'm doing. So initially she was like, this will be another 3 years or 6 years away from us.
Yeah.
But anyway, go and serve. Just be the Manika that I used to be. Be professional. Do the right thing in the interest of the membership and the country. Go and make us proud.
Good.
And I'm trying my best to
It
always
is.
make them proud.
It is. And when you said, my daughter asked me, Dad, how much are you being paid for this? That really like the expectation of that child thinking, my dad is going to be away. Is he getting that much for him to be away?
No, she was expecting that my dad would
Yeah.
be very, very rich as the president of SLAJ. But unfortunately, the entire executive of SLAJ, we are volunteers.
Okay.
We are 27 in numbers, national and the regions. We have 7 in Western area, 7 in Northern region, 7 in Southern region, 7 in Eastern region.
Good.
So, sorry, 28. We are 28 in total, the executive. We have the national. All of us are volunteers.
Wow.
So that's a big secret. People don't know about that. We are all volunteers. Nobody is receiving salary at the end of the month as large president or secretary, financial secretary. We are just volunteers serving the nation.
Now I feel pity for my little girl. But anyway, do you actually realize the position that you now hold and the responsibilities that come with it? How prepared are you to handle those tasks?
I've been doing it for the last 6 years. Most times when the president is not around, I'll be representing him. So it's not new to me, only that now I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I'm well prepared for the task ahead and the challenges. Together with my team, I'm sure by the grace of God, we'll definitely overcome and then deliver.
Good.
Because we are aware of the fact that everybody is looking up to us now.
Right.
Manika is a very young man, the executive is very young. What will they achieve at the end of the day?
Right.
Considering the challenges around, but with God, we are confident that definitely we will achieve our dream.
Right. So what inspired you to run for the presidency of SLAJ?
Because I want to make changes within the media landscape. I want to continue with the developments that we started 6 years ago together with Ahmed Said Nazir. I want to ensure that there's consistency, there's continuity in SLAJ. One thing that affects development is to break in leadership.
Right.
Because if we assuming that somebody else won the election, we will have started all over again.
Yeah.
The person will not want to move along with the development project of Ahmed Said Nazgala because he will say, no, this is just a continuity.
Right.
But no, continue with them, but with modifications. Because most people are saying that this is just an extension of Ahmed Said Nazgala's third term. No. This is the leadership of Alhaji Manika Kamara.
Exactly.
I have my own leadership qualities. Yes, the truth is, Ahmed Said Nazgala is a brother, is a friend.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's also the advisor to the executive. So he's still with us.
And I get it why people say that he's won in his third term.
No, if even my opponent had won the election, he would have been with him again.
I know.
Because that is the provision, that is a constitutional provision. The outgone president should serve as ex-official member and advisor to the executive. So
yeah, good. It's always good to have tie with the outgoing president. Yeah, I feel like it's not something bad. I don't know why.
No, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's just
It's a transition.
exactly. You see, yeah.
It's a process. With time, it will go away from us and
Yes.
then allow us to do the job.
What does this leadership role mean to you personally and professionally?
It means a lot for me because, like I said, it gives me the opportunity to lead 100% elite association.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important for me to be
Right.
very, very careful because now I know exactly that I have over 1,000 people who are looking up to me, members of SLAJ. And then also people who are not SLAJ member, journalists, they're also looking up to me to create for them opportunities in the media, to create a conducive atmosphere for journalists to do their job, and also look out for training opportunity for all media houses and also the journalists.
Right. What are your top priorities in your first 100 days as the SLAJ president?
Firstly, is women empowerment. And thanks to the European Union and the BBC Media Action for the media projects.
Right.
As I speak, as of yesterday, the last data that I received from the Lincoln University, we received about 107 applications for the training on digital literacy for female journalists, large female journalists across the country. At least 60 female journalists will benefit from that particular literacy training opportunity. Wow. That is a very big achievement for my administration. And then secondly, safety and security of journalists. Definitely, I will renew the memorandum of understanding between the security sector and SLAJ to ensure the safety and security of journalists. As you are aware, we are moving towards the 2028 elections, and the political parties are now on their primaries, conducting their primaries elections. So we have to protect the journalists. So I must ensure that within the first 100 days, we renew that particular MOU so that our journalists will continue to enjoy their freedom. And also, I will continue with the advocacy on media laws, particularly those that infringe on the press freedom, the Cybersecurity and Crime Act, with specific reference to Section 44. We still have a problem with that act. I will continue to engage the relevant authority to see how best they can repeal that particular section. We don't want to wait for another 50 or 55 years. We want it to be done ASAP. And also, whilst during our course of courtesy call to the president, I will remind the president again of his good job and support to the media for him not to sign any laws that will limit or shrink the civic space that we have as a nation.
I like it when you said your first priority is gender empowerment, women empowerment. That is so something, that is my drive, and that is what I want in our society. And as someone that believes that women too should have equal opportunity, there should be a gender balance. We should not be put down or not giving that equal access to opportunity as men. And that is what we are society. Even most, for you, I would say you now, we are man. Because for somebody like you, for a man today, it's not something that is common among men in our society. Most people will be like, women are not equal to us. They should not be like us. And that is like the key, like cultural belief and norms. Like this is what they believe. This is what they feed on. Like women are not meant to be empowered. Even if they're empowered, and they look at the fear they get when women are empowered. They always say, if women are given power or they are being taught or they have equal access to us, they will try to be on top of us, and that is their own fear. For somebody like you as a leader now who is making that driving towards a change like that, it's such an amazing, because you don't actually put yourself like, we are men, we believe in women empowerment, and women also there should be a gender balance, and there should not be, we forget gender balance society, and that is what we fight for as a gender person, as a gender advocate. That when I understand, say we need access to all of these things. We need to be in the field where men are. We need to be judged based on our output, our skill. It's not just about how society perceive women to be, how society want women to be, their stereotypes, the role, their expectation. That is not what we want. We want, this is changing, like things are changing, and we all know like this is the fear for most men. It's like the world is leaning towards women empowerment, and in our society many that, and that's why we still have this 30% and not 50. I tell you what, there's still gap 20%. Imagine if we change that for men. That's a huge 20%, which means that still we have, there's still things that we can't have equal, and that we know the fight, so we need to be on top of men. We just want a society, a balanced society, a society where me and you, if I'm good at journalism as an editor, and as the same as a man is good, let me be taken because of that. Let want to accept me because I'm good at this particular field. It's not about how society tell you that this not so woman for day. And this has been a difficult for some of us women and to get access to what we want, because we are not seen as the role we play in our society, but for what society believe in us. So I think that is an amazing step towards your first 100 days, and I just want you to succeed in that.
But definitely, because we have the SLAJ media agenda policy, and that was launched in 2023. 2023, yes, during our annual general meeting in Kenema, the current Minister of Information and Civic Education, who was the head of proposal by then, Siba, was a member of the SLAJ Gender Advisory Panel. We have a gender advisory panel that advises the executive on gender issues. So we have that policy. And definitely I will make sure that each media house also have at least one page of that policy, summarize issues on the gender policy relating to gender equality, so that our female colleagues will have the platform, they will have equal opportunity like the men. Wow. I'm sure my male colleagues will not be happy by now seeing that Manika is advocating for the female. Yes, because the media, like any other sectors in Sierra Leone, is male dominated.
Right.
So we need to give space to our female colleagues for them to match up with the male.
Exactly.
We need to do more. We need to know more. We need.
Yeah, because society always tell women to play small, and that actually affects us women to match up with the trend.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult, and I sometimes just look at, if men have to switch the position of a woman, I tell you what, they cannot go a day. Well, they would one for a day. So if we switch expectations, stereotype roles, men cannot do it because teaching are for the damn. So all that shows our society still plays the social definition of our society, still control our society. So how do you plan to strengthen media freedom and journalism safety in Sierra Leone?
Like I said earlier on, I'll definitely have to engage the security sector to see how best we can renew the MOU that we signed the 2nd of November 2022.
Yeah.
We signed that MOU with the security sector, including the ONS, the Sierra Leone Police, the military, and the Correctional Service Center.
Yeah.
So definitely I will have to renew that particular MOU for the safety and security of journalists. And also we have the Media Reform Coordinating Group. We have a platform. Currently we are implementing a project on the National Action Plan, which are all geared towards ensuring press freedom in Sierra Leone. And during part of that National Action Plan is to review existing laws, train female journalists. We have a component on gender, a component on advocacy, component on policy development, research components, all within that National Action Plan. The National Action Plan, I would say, is the blueprint for media development in Sierra Leone. So my administration will focus on consultation, engagement with relevant stakeholders on press freedom and freedom of expression. And also I will continue to engage the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Recently, we presented the proposed Chapter 12 relating to press freedom.
Right.
We are advocating for a standalone chapter in the new constitution. We presented that during the administration of former President Alhaji Koroma. It was rejected, and we hope and pray that this time around the committee will accept our proposal to give us a standalone chapter on press freedom and freedom of expression. We'll continue with that advocacy.
How will you ensure SLAJ remain a strong, independent voice for journalists, especially during political sessions?
SLAJ is not a media institution, a media house per se. SLAJ is a parent body of the media in Sierra Leone. Our responsibility is to protect and ensure the safety of journalists, look out for training opportunities for our colleagues, also protect press freedom, and then develop the media landscape in Sierra Leone. So SLAJ will always be the last man standing.
Yeah.
SLAJ, under the leadership of Alhaji Manika Kamara, will continue to be the last man standing, independent, professional, and upright. Because whatever thing I will be doing consultation with the executive and the membership of SLAJ.
Yeah.
I will not take decision on my own. I will always consult. Because no matter your political interest, no matter the political party you are supporting, as long as you are within the SLAJ executive, your political party is SLAJ.
Right.
Your interest is SLAJ. Whatever thing we discuss within the executive is SLAJ. We don't discuss APC, SLP, PMBC there. We discuss SLAJ. Whenever we want to take decisions that are very critical, we put them on vote. And then we consult the Elders Council, we consult other members. Because whatever position we put out will be in the interest of SLAJ, the image of SLAJ, not Manika.
Yeah.
So SLAJ will continue to be the last man standing under Alhaji Manika Kamara. I will look out for training opportunities for my members, for them to continue to be professional. Because Constantine will always remind us about our roles and responsibility. So I will always look out for training opportunities for not only the SLAJ members, but also journalists that are active, because we are moving towards the 2028 election. Very, very challenging moment.
Yeah.
So we have to keep our heads up and focus.
Thank you for that. So you have had people that you look up to. You had mentors, you had people that actually played a major role in shaping your career. So how do you plan to shape upcoming journalists or help them be a mentor to them?
One is by being upright and be an example to them. Like I said initially, I'm a very young man.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking up to me, Manika is a very young man. And a small one, I don't get this responsibility. What do I expect from her?
Yeah.
So I know exactly what the journalists are thinking. They're all looking up to me. So my responsibility now is to serve as a very good example to them.
Right.
I've been doing some mentorship to so many young journalists across the country. And also even the yearly fellowship we do send requests to me to serve as mentors to so many journalists. I've been doing it over the years. So I'll continue to do that to inspire young journalists, and wherever I have the opportunity, I will engage them. As a young journalist, you should make more friends than enemies. Always try to be professional. If you are professional, you can make your way through this profession. Forget about making money, because most people just believe once you are a journalist, your responsibility is to make money. No, your responsibility is to educate and inform members of the public about daily happenings, to shape situation in society, to set the agenda, and not to make money as passive.
What are your plans to tackle media popularization and restore public trust in journalists?
One thing I want members of the public to know is that journalism is a right-based profession. If you go to the 1991 Constitution, particularly Section 25, it talks about freedom of expression.
Right.
And if you go to Section 11, it talks about press freedom. So it's a rights-based profession. With your smartphone, while it's moving around the street, you see something happening, you take a snapshot, you share, you are citizen journalists. The difference is that we are trained and qualified journalists. So the difference that I would do, or the things I would do to gain public trust is to continue to train our members for them to be putting out some credible stories, engage our editors, our station managers, for them to redefine their programs. Because, the invent of this new media, social media, is affecting our nations. So my thoughts now is to see how best I can encourage the mainstream media for them to go into that space, the social media space. Even if you are operating a newspaper, you should have a social media handle. If you're operating a radio station, you should also have a Facebook page, the television station, the same. Have a TikTok page. You go into those spaces and make use of the opportunity so that we can compete with more than 10.
Right, yeah.
So by so doing, people will gain trust because the issue of mis and disinformation is fast spreading.
Yeah.
But when we also go into those spaces and then present the actual information, then the credibility of journalism and the integrity of journalism will be restored again. Because now most people do listen to the social media stuff, particularly so with the introduction of this AI.
Exactly.
Most people don't know what is real or fake. So, but continue training of our journalists will help a lot, because if journalists cannot dictate fake news from individual, it's a problem. So we continue to engage my donor partners to see how best we can train journalists cut across the country with various disciplines.
So, do you foresee SLAJ playing a stronger role in influencing policies and press laws?
Yes, we've been doing that, and it's like we continue to do that, because that's our roles and responsibility to make sure that we have good laws, particularly laws governing press freedom and freedom of expression, and also to influence change in society. I want to see SLAJ setting the agenda moving forward. The media, to say particularly, setting the agenda. We come up with story ideas, and then we set the discussion. We invite experts to discuss the issues. That is the focus. That is where we are moving towards. Particularly so now that we are moving towards the 2028 election, we need to set the agenda. Currently, in SLAJ, we have the iVerify platform that has been sponsored by the UNDP. Thanks to them for the support. We started operation in 2023. The aim of that platform is to counter disinformation and fake news, present the actual fact to members of the public. We hope and pray that platform is sustainable and, if possible, incorporated into the national information infrastructure, so that it will not be only for the election period, it will be an ongoing process.
So how can my viewers benefit from your experience, your life journey? What can my viewers benefit from you?
I would say to them, let them continue to be, firstly, Sierra Leoneans. Let's see ourselves as Sierra Leoneans, if you're Sierra Leonean, or any other national. See yourself first as a national of that nation. Be patriotic to your country. Be honest. Be professional in your job, whatever job you are doing, be professional. Always work towards perfection. We are not perfect, but work towards perfection. Be objective in whatever you are doing, no matter what. For as long as you believe in what you are doing, go for it. That is the secret behind success. Never, ever give up. Always push.
So what message do you have for young journalists that look up to you as their leader now?
Always be professional.
Yeah.
Always double check your information before you put them out. Don't be carried away by politicians or any members of the public. Make sure you go for the facts, because members of the public rely on the media. Their hopes are on us, the journalists. Let us always give out the facts. Forget about fake news. Always give the facts. Go out for the information. Double check your story. Be professional and stick to the truth.
Yeah. So what legacy do you hope to leave behind at the end of your term?
Definitely, I hope by the end of my tenure as SLAJ president, there will be so many so many female editors, so many female owners of media houses in Sierra Leone, particularly new media. I want to see where female journalists will own more online television stations like Liberty Online, the Voices Online, the Polar Online TV. I want to see more female journalists into that space.
Like the Khadijatu Koroma
Oh, the
Show.
Khadijatu platform again. Yeah, exactly. And also, I want to make sure that we have regional secretariats. Currently, we've just completed the SLAJ Eastern Regional Secretariat thanks to Ahmed Said Naziala and Madam Victoria Bana, the outgoing president and chairperson of the SLAJ Eastern Region for their efforts. And all the donor partners, we now have a permanent secretariat at the SLAJ Eastern Region. By the grace of God, I want to make sure that my leadership, when my tenure comes to an end, we have a permanent secretariat in the Western area, in the Northern region, and in the Southern region also, by the grace of God.
Thank you. Lastly, what is your message to young people watching the show? Who dream of using their voice to create change through media?
Always stand up for the truth. Go for what you believe in. Focus on your studies. Listen to advice. There is something I don't believe when people say, "May I be pardoned, I live into this bad habit." I don't believe that thing.
Actually, me too.
Believe in yourself. Go for what you believe in. Always, as a young person, always aim high. Whatever you are doing, focus. Don't be distracted. There is a time for every purpose. You don't mix business with pleasure. Business first and then you do pleasure later. There's a time for everything. Young people, focus on education. Whatever you're doing, focus. Today I'm here as the president of SLAJ because during my time as a cub reporter, I was focused. I learned from my elders, my mentors. I read a lot, watched so many investigative movies, so many. You spend more time watching news outlets, locally, internationally, it will expose you. So please, whatever you are doing, make sure you look out for people with high integrity to serve as your mentor. Thank you very much.
Thank you Thank you too. Thank you so much for coming to the show. We appreciate your journey and we have learned a lot from you, and viewers also have learned from your experience, and thank you so much for coming again. And until next week for another episode of the Khadijatu Koroma Show. Thank you.